I had another MRI and some brain bleeds, and I ended up in the hospital. And then I was told that I had to have brain surgery, which we obviously did not want to do.
So Shauna, why don't you tell me a little bit about your medical history?
Sure. In 2005, I was diagnosed with the acoustic neuroma, which is a benign brain tumor. And then I had radiation treatment. After that, I was actually fine the whole time. Then later, probably in like 2014-ish, at the end of 2014, I was told that I had to have brain surgery, which obviously we didn't want to have. But I had brain surgery.
Why don't you tell people a little bit about why you had to have brain surgery?
I had another MRI and some brain bleeds, and I ended up in the hospital. And then I was told that I had to have brain surgery, which we obviously did not want to do.
What were you diagnosed with?
I was officially diagnosed with a brainstem cavernous malformation. So it's basically like a cluster of blood cells in your brainstem that had to be removed because it was more dangerous to leave it in, because then I would have strokes and then they didn't know how serious they would be. That was in 2015.
2015. Okay. Now that's obviously a lot to go through. What was your initial reaction to either the brain tumor or having to have brain surgery?
Well, definitely when I saw my MRI, I saw the acoustic neuroma, and of course, I didn't know what it was when I was diagnosed initially. I was scared looking at it because it's like a big lesion in your brain. Mm-hmm. And obviously then I didn't know what it was until we saw a neurologist.
Mm-hmm. You were scared. Obviously, we were scared. I was around. What did you latch on to for comfort during this time?
Well, definitely what helped me through it was having you there, obviously, and my family, like my sister, for supporting your mom and everything, and obviously our faith. So we had really supportive friends from church. And so being around just like people that were there for me really helped me get through it.
Mm-hmm. What would you like, because there's people who are watching right now who have just been diagnosed with a brain tumor, who have somebody in their family who has to have brain surgery, or maybe it's Lou Gehrig's disease or MS, or maybe it's a cancer diagnosis. One of the reasons we wanted to share your story is because we wanted to give other people comfort and hope through their medical challenges. What advice would you have for those people or family members of people who are going through a medical crisis right now?
Well, all I can say is definitely, like for me, it's okay to be depressed for a little bit. You still have to have supportive relationships, which means going out and connecting with people and maybe even join a support group. So what really helped me through everything was obviously my family, but also that we went to church, we met new friends, and they prayed for me, and I found support in that way.
So how did your faith in Jesus bring you comfort?
It was really crazy because I did feel comfortable. Like I felt at peace, just at peace before I went into surgery, because they actually just kind of give you anesthesia. But I remember the little bit I remember was being rolled away. And I did feel peace before I had surgery. And I think it has a lot to do with praying and knowing that you have Jesus and somebody watching over you. And again, it's with your faith and your family and your friends and having a support system around you during like those kind of times.
So when you had your brain surgery, our faith in Jesus and people praying for us, the surgery went well, thank God. But you did have some leftover issues from them. You want to share what you still are dealing with?
Well, I definitely am still dealing with voice issues, balance issues.
And what about numbness? And
I do have some numbness on my right hand side.
what about emotionally? What toll has this taken on you?
You definitely, I got very depressed. And then you have to kind of learn to live with like the new way of yourself. Like, I always mentally think, oh, I can do that because it seems so easy. But physically, it's super different. Like, it's very hard for me to walk or jog. I never ran before, but, just to do like simple stuff is a lot harder now.
Mm-hmm. So what keeps you going?
Well, definitely my motivation is you and our family. And like I said before, us just having a belief that, you know what, we're all different and it's going to be okay. And that really comes from us having faith. And you really have to get over being scared or fearful of what other people think. And you just got to be yourself and do what you need to do.
Okay, is there anything else that you want to say?
I would just encourage people to go out and still connect with people because people want to hear what you have to say. And you never know, you could be an inspiration to someone.
Amen. And for those of you that are facing a similar challenge and anxiety, I just really want to make sure that you know that you're not alone, to put your faith in Jesus. He is the great comforter, has been very, very instrumental in comforting us through not only the health crisis, but also the challenges that have led post-surgery as well. And we hope this has been a little bit of inspiration and comfort for you. God bless.